Hello again. This time I'm going to do a movie review on a movie I just have finished watching. I've seen it several times before, but I decided to watch it again. And that movie is this movie here, Nightmare. It was released in 1981. And this is the 30th anniversary edition DVD. Came out back in 2011 for the 30th anniversary of the movie. This is out of print. I don't know whether they'll ever put that back out again. There is a 35th anniversary edition, but it's just a single disc, and I believe only carries one version of the movie. Not sure. This here has not one, not two, but three different versions of this movie on two discs. Get that disc, you get that disc, which says DVD-R, which I find kind of odd. Nightmare Disc 2. Looks like it was written in a marker, but it is not a DVD-R. Guess they just done that to make it look like a bootleg or something. But this movie was released in 1981. It was released unrated in theaters. And it was directed by, let's see, Ramono Scavolone, Italian director. Not really sure. The movie is an Italian movie. It was made in the United States because it follows a serial killer. Well, he wasn't really a serial killer. You find out through flashbacks of the movie as to what he actually did. But the movie starts out with him in the mental hospital and he wakes up screaming because he pulls back the cover and there's a severed woman's head laying at the foot of the bed, and then the head opens up its eyes. He starts screaming. Well, they're giving him drugs and stuff, and they think he's been rehabilitated. So they release him to a halfway house, and then he promptly goes missing. Now, all this is in New York. Then the movie shifts down to a family in Florida. I think it was Daytona Beach, Florida. And the family is a mother, I think 2 daughters, and a son, and she has a boyfriend. The son, he's a little bastard, just to put it mildly. He's all the time playing jokes on people, and I mean mean, cruel jokes. He's just a little crap head. He's probably about 12, 13, maybe 10 or 11, I don't know. I can't really tell on these type things. He's about the age of the mental patient when he done his deed back when he was a kid. He had been in a mental hospital his whole life. But he leaves the halfway house, and I think he just left to go out and do some stuff and then go back. But he stepped into one of those peep show joints where you put your, it's back in the 80s now, where you put your coin in a little slot and this window opens up and you watch a girl strip. And he put his money in there and he was watching the girl strip. She come close to him, he touched her, and everything was fine. But then his window started closing, so I guess he didn't have any more money, so he left. And I think that probably triggered his memory of these facts. And he did not go back to the halfway house. He instead got into a car and started driving south until his car wouldn't go anymore, and then he had to replace the car. I guess this movie could fall into the Italian giallo movies from that really started back in the 60s and went on through the 70s, and to an extent still go on somewhat today in Italian cinema. A giallo movie is basically a horror movie that has a mystery wrapped in it. But this movie is really more psychological thriller type thing. There's a good bit of blood in it, but it takes a while to get to the actual bloody gore scenes. And the biggest one was done as a flashback, but I'm not going to give away a whole lot of the story here, so. Other than that, Tom Savini actually done the special makeup effects for this movie, which, if you don't know who Tom Savini is, he was responsible for such movies as Dawn of the Dead. He actually directed the remake of Night of the Living Dead from 1990, and that was an effort for them to get the money back that they lost on the original Night of the Living Dead from 1968 because they forgot to display a copyright notice before the movie, which made the movie go into public domain upon its release, so they really didn't get any profit from it. So they decided to do a remake of it just to try to recoup some of their loss. Got Tom Savini to direct it, and I'm sure he done the makeup effects. Tom Savini's also been featured in other movies. From Dusk Till Dawn comes to mind. But, yeah, he was even featured as the leader of the motorcycle gang in George Romero's 1978 movie, Dawn of the Dead, in which he done the makeup effects for it, for the zombies and stuff, which is a great film, too. I may do a review of it one of these days, but Nightmare I would marginally give a thumbs up. If I was rating it on a scale of 1 to 5, it'd probably be a 3.5, 4, somewhere around there. So I really like this movie. It was in video stores back in the 80s when video was real popular. I think it was one of those super huge big bucks deals. In fact, I've got one right over here. Remember these type things? Just a way oversized box. Now this movie's not that good. I probably won't review it, but that's just to show you what the size of it is. Now this is actually a DVD combo, but it does have the VHS in it because this movie was never actually released. But basically, when you open these up, they don't usually have the DVD in it, but as you can see, it's got a videotape of The Basement, which, like I said, it's not a very good movie. It's got DVD, and I think this is like a 2 or 3 disc set because it's got several other films on it as well, which some of them are pretty good. And some of those I may review at one point or another. Those movies were all shot on video, SOV. Kind of DIY type thing, do it yourself. Just take the camcorder out and go film your friends getting killed. But, yeah, this movie is not like that. It was shot on film, and I'll go ahead and tell you this. All the film elements from the original were lost, misplaced, destroyed, whatever. So all they had to work with was the prints that actually went out to theaters. And where they tried to clean it up somewhat, this movie looks like crap, basically. There's film spots, scratches, cuts all through it. But like I said, with this version, you get 3 different versions of the movie. Let's see. 2008 high definition transfer that is in 1.75 to 1.78 to 1 widescreen ratio 16:9, which means it's modified for widescreen televisions. And then the version that this was come out for, which I assume is probably on the 30th anniversary edition, but it also has a full frame version, which means it's like watching a TV show, 1.33 to 1. If you're looking at a TV screen, you have it'll either be squatted down or you'll have big black bar at the sides. And it also has a brand new 2011 telecine 1.78 to 1 ratio, which they say is slightly better than the 2008 version. The 2008 version was made from the best 35mm prints that they had of the movie at the time. It said it's from 1981, so these prints have probably been through many a projector. And it's scratched up pretty bad. Now, to be honest with you, on a movie like this, 1981, it's just schlocky. I don't mind the film spots. I think it adds character and charm to the movie. I've seen people complain about it, say it looks like crap, but to me that just adds to it. It's more like the grindhouse effect of the 70s and 80s. I have another movie too. My friend over at Schlockmeister done a review of it called Mausoleum, starring Marjoe Gortner and some other people I'd never heard of, but it looks about as bad as Nightmare. And I think that's just because they wanted to put it on DVD and just didn't bother with it. But it's actually in a 2-movie set. It's got Mausoleum and a movie called Blood Song. And it's like watching a whole entire show. You can just pop in the disc and hit play, and it plays you some trailers. And then it shows one movie, and then in the middle of it, it has like an intermission. It plays more trailers. And then the second movie, which I find pretty neat. And the film spots actually add to the enjoyment of it. The scratches and whatnot. And it's the same with this. I mean, it's just the one movie, but yeah. If you're a fan of this type of movie, I would say check it out. And I love it. And like I said, 3.5, 4 stars out of 5. So thought it was pretty good. So check it out. Like I said, the 35th anniversary edition is out there. You can still get this one probably in the $100 range. But I don't know, for the money, I think all 3 versions have the same running time. Just comparison of how the image looks. But yeah, seek it out. It's good if you're into that kind of thing, which I am. If you like this video, you can give me a thumbs up. If you don't, you can give it a thumbs down. Subscribe to my channel. I'm going to try to do more of these reviews in the future. And yep, that's pretty much all I got for this movie. So, check it out. See you on the next one.